37. It is 37 minutes past the hour. We're Daybreak USA on a St. Patty's Day. 17th day of March, 2011. Scott West, Bobby Collins, Christy Gahila. Some would counter that this is a day and time when life is really more challenging than it's ever been. There's unemployment going on. There's an economy that is always in a state of flux. And people are looking to try and find more fulfillment in their lives. And, well, with a new book entitled Find Your Fire at 40, Creating a Joyful Life During the Age of Discontent, the author attempts to help folks navigate these challenging times. Her name is Heather Hansen O'Neill, and she's with us this morning here on Daybreak USA. Heather, nice to meet you. How you doing?
I'm fabulous, Scott. Thanks for having me on the show.
You know, I'm always, and maybe because I'm north of 40, I think I may have a vested interest in, stories that talk about life after 40, because I'm a firm believer in, and I have to admit, not always was, but the past 10 years have really adopted the feeling and phrase that the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life. In this book, how is it that you, I think, having read some of it, put forth that same idea?
Oh, most definitely. The book is really for anyone going through a transition at any age, but it seems as if most of my clients are in this age range where they wake up one day and they say, wow, they finally realize I may not have as much time as I thought I did. I want to do something. I want to give back. I want to live more joyfully. And they take a look at what they're doing and how they can adapt to be most effective, productive, and joyful on a regular basis.
How have you constructed this book? What will folks read in the first part of the book?
Well, it's interesting because it's broken down into two sections. It's a little different than the traditional book. The first part is a story. It's about these 5 characters that end up in a coffee shop, and they get stuck there, and they go through a little action, and they're trying to figure out not only the situation, but they end up figuring out themselves and their lives and the crises and challenges that they are each going through. And then the second part is more of a how-to. As the reader connects with the characters and says, oh my gosh, that's just like me, then in the second part it goes, okay, well, if you want to learn what Joe learned, these are the steps that you should take to make that transition successfully.
We are talking to Heather Hansen O'Neill. She has a new book. It's called Find Your Fire at 40, Creating a Joyful Life During the Age of Discontent. You break this down, again, into a formulaic method by which folks can do that. And the first step in that formula is freedom.
That's right.
Talk about that.
Yeah. The freedom step is very important because it's about taking back control of your life. A lot of people, like I said, that we'll focus on the people that are in their 40s, they may wake up one day and say, hey, I'm doing something that I don't really enjoy. And then they look back at how they got there. It's because other people had guided them. Maybe along the way, someone had said, no, that dream of yours is impractical, or you shouldn't try that, or you should go in this direction. And out of the best of intentions, people don't guide us just to be mean, but we sometimes are taken off the path that is our authenticity. And so the freedom step is about knowing that you deserve to take back control of your life and to live the life that you want.
Meanwhile, talk about the next step in this formula, I am.
The I am step is about really learning and appreciating who you are, your strengths, your challenges, everything that makes you beautiful, and it's in finding your unique talent. If you are tired or frustrated, you're probably not incorporating your unique talent in your everyday life, and everyone has one. So that step teaches you how to find that.
Reaching out.
Reaching out is about relationships. Our relationships determine how rewarding and joyful our life is, and it's about potentially removing yourself from some negativity and surrounding yourself with empowering, wonderful people that make you laugh, that perhaps have been where you want to go, and how to navigate all of your relationships.
The fourth step in this formula, execute. Explain that.
Yeah, well, that one is once you know who you are and you're working in your relationships most effectively, it's how to actually take action. Because sometimes people spend so much time working on, well, what do I want, and the envisioning it all, and that's lovely, and we have to do that. But in order to get to the goal, you have to take action, and it's a specific plan that shows you how to be most effective with your action steps.
Heather Hansen O'Neill with us, president of the Progressive Image and creator of the book, Find Your Fire at 40, Creating a Joyful Life During the Age of Content. The Fire in 5 program we're talking about right now. Let's talk about the 5th step in this program, 5.
Well, this is my favorite. I love the 5th step because it's about coming full circle. Once you know who you are and you're taking action to achieve your goals, how you can use what you are uniquely qualified to do to serve others, to contribute, to give back to the world. Like you mentioned when we first came on, Scott, about what, it's a very stressful time with the economy and with everything going on all around the world. To be able to use what brings us joy, to give back the best that we can, is what brings true fulfillment.
When you title a book, Find Your Fire at 40, 40 tends to be an age that women, men, many people tend to look at ominously as if they're crossing into another arena or threshold, which means the loss of so much. And media does not help in that regard, in that it seems to increasingly depict life being better for those that are south of 40. What would you share as we wrap up our discussion this morning, Heather, for those that are approaching that 40, who are beyond that 40, and that they can use to not let those images and all of that bombardment diminish their hopes and their dreams past 40?
Well, you know what? I believe, and I've gone through this, I went through the same transition that a lot of people go through, being afraid of it based upon, like you said, about what everybody hears. But I can tell you that it's actually the most beautiful time because you're free to really be you. Sometimes when you're younger, you feel this need to play roles that other people give you. And when you get to this age where you can appreciate not just your looks anymore, but your wisdom and everything that you've learned and accomplished, and use it in the best possible way, there's this freedom that comes with that. And all of the most interesting people I know are constantly reinventing themselves and transitioning and becoming better. And that's what this is all about.
Heather Hansen O'Neill, the book is called Find Your Fire at 40. Heather, thanks for firing us up this morning. Have a good day.
Thanks, Scott. Have a great one.
Stay close. Daybreak USA rolling on in minutes.
She was good, man. Like her.